How's everybody doing today? Ryjack back here for another Man City video. Today we are talking about the final game of the Premier League season. What does City need to qualify for Champions League? And can they do it away at Fulham tomorrow at 11 a.m. for me? I believe that is 4 o'clock for you guys over in the UK. 5-hour time difference. So I think I got my math right there. Unfortunately, there will not be a live watch along. I won't be doing that. I have family in town, so I'll be watching the game with them. Anyway, before we do start, always appreciate any likes and comments and subs to the channel. We are very close to our goal of 150 subs, just a few away. So if we get that before the season ends, that would be awesome. Now, without anything else, let's start talking about this game here. Obviously, a massive, massive game for Manchester City tomorrow. We are sitting in third, currently on 68 points. 1 point would be enough for automatic Champions League qualification. Would put us on 69. No one will be able to catch us at that point. We will at worst finish 5th in the table. So if we look at it, I mean, we do have a very good chance to achieve that. We've got Fulham. Well, they're a good team. They're in 10th. You know, they're at home, so it might be a little bit tough, but I'm not too worried about the game in general. There are some tough games for the other teams around this area. Chelsea have Nottingham Forest, obviously will be a tough one. Newcastle, Everton, again, a tough game. I'd expect Newcastle to win still, and Villa have United. You never know what United's side. Is it going to be a side that's, you know, very pissed and upset that they lost that Europa League final, or have they just packed it in and don't care about the game? Result doesn't matter. We'll see. But I would expect, based on the fixtures, City to, at worst, to get the point. Even if we lose, we could still qualify. Obviously, 68 points sitting in third. Possible to catch Arsenal, but very, very unlikely. We would have to win by a lot, and they'd have to lose by quite a bit. So, and they play Southampton. Not going to happen, in my opinion, which is fine. Third, second, 4th, 5th, I don't care. Just get me Champions League for next season, and then we get to the transfer window and can talk about that going forward to the Club World Cup, which I know divides a lot of opinion. Some people don't like it. Some people are very excited. I personally am very excited. It's in America. It's going to be an hour away in Orlando, one of the games when we play Juventus, and I plan on going to that game. So I am very excited for that. We'll be able to see Man City for the first time in my life. In the 10-plus years I've been a fan, I've never been able to see them play. So I am obviously very excited for that. Now, let's look at the game, look at the lineup preview here for Fulham. I'm imagining it's going to be what they normally put out. Raul Jimenez, very dangerous front man. He's been much better since that injury a couple of years ago. He's really had a pretty good season. Alex Iwobi's had a great season. Adama Traore is always a danger man. Maybe could have had a hat trick against us last time we played, but blew all those chances and ended up scoring none. So there's always a threat there. Sander Berg is solid. Lukic is solid. It's an all-around mid-table quality team that's going to be tough to win when we play at their place. Anthony Robinson, the American, very impressive player, could get a move to a bigger club this summer, maybe even City. Who knows if we get linked to him. But I do expect him to leave. Calvin Bassey, Joachim Anderson, Kenny Tete, and Bernd Leno in goal. And I expect that is the team we will see. Marco Silva, obviously, very, very good coach, doing so well with Fulham. Again, he might even be on his way out to either Saudi for the bag, or maybe, you know, moving up a bit in terms of standing in a league in the Prem, with another team in the Prem. Injuries for them, you got Reece Nelson, Harrison Reed, Castagna, and Muniz. For us, we have basically everyone fit, bar John Stones, and Mateo Kovacic, of course, is suspended. So with that being said, I do expect Nico Gonzalez gets a start finally. I think people are very excited to see that after his goal in his 10-15 minutes he got last week. So that was great against Bournemouth. Scored the goal, obviously very impressive goal. We see this lineup here. It's probably something similar to what I will predict here in just a moment. And I do, of course, would love to see your guys' starting 11s in the comments. You can let me know if you agree with mine or if you do not. Let me know, of course. So let's take a look at my predicted 11. We'll get into that right away. So in goal, unfortunately, what could be his last game at the club, I am going with Ederson. Now, there are some rumors out there. I don't know how substantiated or true they are, but they may be in talks on a 1-year extension. That could potentially happen where we get to keep Ederson for 1 more year. He'll have a 2-year contract and then maybe get sold next summer. I don't think it's not the most likely option. However, I've seen that on Twitter. Some people who are reliable have said there's a dialogue there. That's something that may potentially happen, which is pretty cool. I would be thrilled if we got to keep Ederson for 1 more year. Would be a lot of money we don't have to spend in the summer rebuild with a goalie. Like if we buy Diego Costa or Chevalier, the two that are most linked, that's 40, 50 million. Ortega may potentially leave. That's another 10, 15, 20 on the backup keeper. Scott Carson might leave. So not having to do much at goal, I think, opens up a lot of opportunities for squad building this summer, which, of course, we will always talk about on this channel here. Right back, I think, is an easy selection. It has to be Matheus Nunes. We desperately missed his attacking profile when he's at right back. He is probably our best crosser of the ball. Whenever Rico Lewis is over there or Akanji is over there, they have zero crossing ability. And Holland is way up top, kind of alone, and sort of they cannot find him. Matheus Nunes actually has the ability to put the ball in a dangerous area from this advanced right back position. And I like him there for the team we have now. Obviously, he's not the long-term answer at right back. I don't think anyone thinks that, but he should be playing this game. Left back, I think we're going to go back to Nico O'Reilly here and give him, a little bit of a reward for playing as well as he has been for City. I know he's had some off games, but that's just going to happen when you are a young 19, 20-year-old academy product. You're not going to be outstanding every time you get on the pitch. So I expect to see Nico O'Reilly back in the team starting at left back. These two fullbacks, have been very good for us in the amount of time that they've had, which is not a lot, but I expect to see them back there together. Now, in the two center back roles, I am hoping we go back to the Gvardiol and Diaz partnership. That's my hope. I'm not sure that we do that. For some reason, Akanji seems to be very favored at the moment. He's back from injury and has gone right back into the team over the likes of Kusanov and Vitor Hayes. And I don't expect Vitor Hayes to get a chance here, more so in the Club World Cup. Same for Kusanov, but Akanji could potentially come in for maybe Diaz, probably not. Maybe if Akanji plays, it's for Nico O'Reilly and Gvardiol is the left back. I could see that as well. But if it's up to me, I'm playing Gvardiol and Diaz, Nunes and O'Reilly. That's what I would like to see personally. Now, this box sort of midfield that we have been running and has been successful, I think it's fairly simple what we will see. I think, without a doubt, Nico Gonzalez is going to get a start here out of just the pure fact that Kovacic is suspended, and that's what Pep is going to have to do. The only other options would really be Gundogan and Bernardo in a double pivot, and I don't think anyone wants to see that personally. So I'm going to go with Nico G and Gundogan as the pivot here. Gundogan could potentially be his last game for the club. I'm not sure. I kind of expect him to stay, to be honest, but you never know. Gundogan could want to play a lot next season, go to Turkey, maybe MLS, who knows, if he's interested in that. But at the moment, I kind of expect him to stay. Going forward, the more attacking options, I think Bernardo is going to hold down his position. Had a fantastic game against Bournemouth, and then you're just going to start Kevin De Bruyne in his last ever game for the club. I would be very surprised if that does not happen. I think Bernardo will kind of operate in this area of the field, kind of this attacking midfielder out on the right, up to the wing, and kind of be all over the place. Up top, two players, of course. We're going to go with Marmoush, who's right here, who kind of operates centrally and out on the left and kind of has a nice free roam ability, can maybe drop in as well. And then you have the big man, Erling Haaland, up top, the number 9. Hopefully we can get him some goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, something to get some confidence for him going into the Club World Cup, because we do need Haaland obviously back on track and going forward with this rebuild. A lot of rumors about what's going to happen this summer. My hope is that we build everything around this guy. How do we get the best out of Erling Haaland? How do we get him back on track for 40, 50 goals a season? That's when we're at our best, when Haaland is most dangerous. He's the best finisher in world football when he's on it. And unfortunately, it's been a down season for him. He's definitely not been the best finisher this season or the best striker in the world this season. Although he has that ability, we need to get him back to that by any means necessary. So if we're not going to go with wingers, obviously we know the midfield here is the main area, and then the fullbacks. Fixing these areas of the pitch are going to be the focus, in my opinion, and Tijani Reinders looks like the first one to come into the team. Maybe next week we see some progress on that deal. Very exciting. So for my score prediction, I do expect a good performance from City here playing against Fulham. Like I said, Fulham are a dangerous team. I definitely see them scoring, but I am confident City can get a result and get the win here. I think it's going to be a 2-1 City win. Very, very close, tight game. But City know what's on the line. They know how important Champions League is to this club, to the fans. They have to get it done. So I go 2-1 City win. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I said, subscribe. Help me get that 150 sub goal by the end of this season here. Would be awesome. And I will be back tomorrow again to talk about the game, as well as if there's any more transfer rumors. I'll be all over that, as always, with transfer updates. I do post a lot of shorts on YouTube as well as on my TikTok, so check those out if you're interested. Link is in the description. Thank you guys. I do appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow.